Good afternoon. My name is Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK. Welcome to Midday Madness. I was going to say midnight because it does feel like midnight. Thank you for joining me. I hope everybody's well. I can see we've got some lovely friends in the room already. I can see some eyes. There we go. Lovely Jane Telford is in the room. Jilly will be in the room with you. She said the sound is good. I'm just going to move that mouse. There we go. If you have any questions, Jilly's there to help, and I'm sure some of our lovely design team will also be joining us throughout the hour as well. There we go. We've got Jane. Maybe it's just going to be the design team and Jilly in the room. I'm sure everybody sort of had enough of my face for the past week. There we go. Lovely. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different. With it being Friday, we've had a fantastic week here at Clarity Towers, which all kicked off with our very first Clarity TV show on Sunday with Barbara. It was meant to be 3 till 5, but it was from 3 to about 5:30. And it was great fun. There was lots of interaction. Barbara was showcasing the brand new Pergamano poppets from Marina Fedotova. And then, so that was on Sunday, and it was a real sort of team effort. We had Jim on cameras, we had Chili monitoring with Gracie in New York, we had Sue, Jazz and Pete on the phones. It really was sort of a fantastic afternoon on Sunday. Then on Monday, we were back in the shack with Barb, and Barb's continuing illustrating a lovely alphabet, and it was L for love. Then Tuesday, Groovy Tuesday, we finished off working with Josie's circular grids. Then Wednesday we had a day off, well, not a day off, but there was no broadcast on Wednesday. Then yesterday, I was joined by the lovely Tina Cox. She was back in the building, and we were showcasing her fantastic, we called it a parchlet party. And Tina was here with lots of giggles and glitter. So that was at 10 o'clock and then at 2 o'clock. And then last night at 7 p.m, we finished off the day with a lovely craft along with Barbara, Gracie all the way from New York. And that was using the abstract layout dies. So we've really been busy this week on our social media, on Facebook, YouTube, on Clarity and Pergamano. And if you've missed any of those episodes, just pop over to the YouTube page. And if you go to the live section, you'll be able to see all the previous episodes there. So if oh yeah, I missed that one, I forgot about that one, then don't worry, they're all there. You can watch it at any time you want to. So yeah, so I thought today what we'd do, we'd have a little bit of fun and some madness. So what I've done, I've put together some super special offers, okay, and I thought I'd showcase them during this hour or however long it takes. So say Jilly's in the room with you, so if you've got any questions, have we got any newbies to the room today? Because this is sort of something new for us here at Clarity Towers. And yeah, Sue Stone's in the room, just watching for a few minutes, have to go to the care home, not a worry. So yeah, got 75 people in the room already, fantastic. And we're only, what, 4 minutes in. So hopefully I can entice you with some super deals throughout the hour. And I've sort of tried to cover all different bases. Now, I don't know if you can see just behind me, I was going through the warehouse this morning because I was thinking, what else can we fit? And I came across a couple of boxes of our 12 by 12 designer papers. Now, we used to have 4 different designs. It was Northern Lights, Indian Summer, Rainbow River and Shenandoah, and these were hiding in the corner. So what we have are Northern Lights, Rainbow River and Shenandoah. So this is where we took our 8 by 8 designer papers and we made them into 12 by 12s. And I've got one here just to show you. So they're all, I want to go on the overhead a little bit. So they're all double-sided, and you can see, despite the fact that we've enlarged the images, okay, it hasn't lost any of the quality. So you've got the 12 different designs, okay, and you get 4 sheets of each. Now, these are great if you're into your scrapbooking, if you like, these are also brilliant. If you chop one in half, so you've got an 8 by 12, ooh, let me go, it doesn't like that one, too soft to focus. Bring my hand in and balance, there we go. So if you chop one of these in half, so you've got an 8 by 4, folds it in half, and then it makes a lovely insert if you've gone for any of our aperture dies. Now, these fantastic 12 by 12, I say we've only got a few boxes left, and once these have gone, okay. Now, these are normally, where's my list gone? These are normally $19.99, and because it's a bit of a midday madness, they're $12.99 each. Okay, $12.99 each, which is a crazy price for what you're getting. Whether you chop them up into 4x4s, these make lovely inserts, but they're also going to work with another fantastic product that I've got on the show to share with you today as well. So bear that in mind. If you're sort of thinking, oh, do I really need this? I mean, look, let me go to one of my favorite ones in here. If I open this up, look at that. I mean, I've just put that in a frame and put it on the wall. You've got this lovely Bob's created these using alcohol inks, and you can see you've got the lovely lake there. You're really sort of looking out into it. Then Bob used the teak topper version of this on Sunday with the poppets. And then, I mean, you really can get lost, and depending on what way, not get lost, you can get lost in the design. I said it was going to be mad, didn't I? You can get lost in the design, and depending on what way you turn it, what the light's like, you may see different things. And but the idea behind especially the Shenandoah, are these lovely sort of beautiful sort of like shatteredness, and is that word, shatteredness? So Gilly's going to very kindly, what she's going to do, it's a lot easier because all of our products sort of have 3 letters and a dash and another 2 letters and 5 numbers and 2 characters in it. If you just put the 5-digit code or the 5-digit number into the website, which is claritycrafts.com, then what you can do, it'll just bring it up straight away and you'll see that saving. Now, if you belong to any of our Clarity Craft clubs, and we have several, we've got Stamp, we've got Stencil, we've got Groovy. You can join 1, 2, or all 3. If you join one club, then you get 10% discount off all your online purchases over the phone, or if you come to any of our events. If you belong to 2 of our clubs, you get 12.5%. And then if you belong to all 3, you also then get, you then get 15% off of your online over the phone and at our event savings as well. It's going to be madness because the tongue's going in one direction and the head's going in that direction. So this is $12.99 plus your Clarity Craft Club discounts as well. Okay, but I really want to, I came across these. Dilly's put all the lovely codes up for you. But so I think you need 2. We always say you need 1 to stroke and keep and then 1 to use. But you do get 4 sheets of each of the 12 different designs in the paper pack. Okay, so that's one of the lovely midday madness deals we've got for you today. It's not really a deal. I literally found them. I was walking through this morning and I thought, what's those in it? You know, sometimes there's a corner, something you think, oh, what's that in there? Perfect. Okay, so we've got those. So we've got the Shenandoah, say Northern Lights, Rainbow River, and Shenandoah. And Gilly's popped the product codes up for you as well. Now, the real focus of this hour are some of our what we call groovy templates. Okay, now these are, many of you may already be familiar with them. These are an A4 groovy plate. Okay, and we have 3 different designs. So we have our cracker, and you can see a lovely piece of artwork just up there. Then we have our cube box, perfect for like tables. great for Advents as well. And then we have our Christmas tree designed by Josie Davidson. Now, each of these plates, okay, are normally $23.99. And the special price that we're bringing them to you is $14.99. So that's a £9 saving, okay? And with Christmas around the corner, these are a perfect opportunity. Even if you don't use them this Christmas, you'll get them out next Christmas, okay? Now, the item code for the cube on its own is 40371. I also have a complete collection to show you as well, which I'll show you in a moment. Then you've got the Christmas cracker, which is 40436. And then finally, you've got that Christmas tree, which is 41020. But what I want to do is share some artwork with you. So I've got it all sort of laid out down here. So I'm going to bring it up. So I think I'm going to start with the cube boxes. Okay, right, let's bring these up. Because, okay, so these are all made, let's go to the overhead. Okay, so these are all been created from parchment. Okay, now, although parchment is quite delicate, when it comes to 3D construction, they're quite robust. So these are great for little tree presents. So you can see, look, you've got plenty of room in there. If you do any pico cutting, you put one of those battery operated lights in there as well. Okay, using our colored parchment that we also, oops, excuse me, on the website. But they're not just for Christmas. You can decorate them with whatever you like. This was very clever. This one is from, I think Linda Page did this. So weddings. So extended 2 squares together like so. And I think this has got to be my favorite make. So this is like 3 of them. And what you can do is that I would practice on just not scrap parchment, on clear parchment. Okay. And this is perfect for those chocolates, mints that you would eat, whoops, that you eat after 8 p.m. in the evening or 8 a.m. in the morning. I mean, it says after 8 on them, doesn't it? Okay. And each of the plates also come with the instructions on them with lots of tips and tricks, which we'll have a look during the course of this hour. So if you like the cube, okay, the cube box itself, let me just pop this to one side. Hang on. This is where it all goes. So if I'm going to bring the, let's have a look. Hey, I've got the fan on underneath because it's quite warm in here as well. So the plate gives you your template. You've got your instructions on there as well. Okay, you've got some lovely designs in there. You could use your Pico dies or the Pico dies to cut out an aperture, put some other colored parchment behind it. You've got your instructions traced out onto the plate as well, so you don't lose them. And as I said, we've got another deal. So this gives you a selection of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different designs. Okay, now there's a bundle where you get the plate and you get 4 borders, and the borders then give you even more squares. Okay, so you've got your Robin, you've got your Mary and Jesus, you've got a Christmas tree, you've got some candles, you have some mistletoe. This is one of my favorites. The Christmas pudding, you've got some stars, a bell, snowflake, and a bauble. Then we go throughout the seasons. So we've got some lovely flowers on here. They look like sort of bluebells, really sort of arty. I think these were designed by the lovely Mel Turner. Okay, and then the final one, you've got a fuchsia, you've got a leaf, lily of the valley, alliums, I would say they are, and sort of like, it could be like a daisy. So if you like these, okay, and you think, oh, I mean, you can buy these individually, okay, then you can. But if you want to go for the plate that gives you the cube box and all 4 of those border plates, then we put a bundle together, which is 41043. Okay, should be $61.95. It's $44.95 plus your Clarity Craft Club savings. Okay, so you're going to save as a non-club member, £17. But these are beautiful to make little 4x4 cards. So you can take all of the 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 5 different icons on each of these borders. So that's 20 just in the borders on their own. Then you've got 5 on the plate as well. So perfect for coasters. So if you're looking to gift as well, so you can go for the cube, you can go for the borders, you can mix and match. Maybe you've gone for some of Tina's parchlets yesterday, decorate with those. It really is endless at what you can do with this. And I'm also going to show you how you can use not only parchment, but those lovely 12 by 12 papers. Okay, yeah, who would have thought that you could use paper with groovy plates? And I'm going to show you. Yeah, it's really, really good. So all of a sudden it opens it up because it is a template. Okay, so that's one option for you. So I'm going to pop that to one side. Okay, now what should we go for next? Let's have a look. What have we else got? So we've got the crackers. We've looked at the cube box. Should we have a look at the Christmas tree? So this was designed by the lovely Josie Davidson. Okay, now this is where I hope the fan doesn't blow all of the Christmas trees away. So I'm going to go on the overhead first. Okay, look at these. Using our coloured parchment. There's lots of lovely lace work on this one. Now what I'm going to do, I've adjusted the camera over here so that we can see them from the side view. You get the little angels on there as well. You can add your bling, your glitter, and all of these templates that we're looking at, you can just cut out with a pair of scissors, or my best friend when it comes to cutting out is the Japanese craft knife, which I'm going to talk about during this hour. But if I just move this around, look, all the various different combinations. You can put a fairy on top, you can put a star on. Aren't they exquisite? That was a little bit wobbly. Okay, so if you like the Christmas tree, this is really, and it can fold flat as well, so you can pop it away each year and bring it out, because you would definitely bring this out each year, wouldn't you? Okay, look at those. Look at that one. I mean, weddings, winter weddings with the love hearts on it. I love it. Bit of perga glitter on there. You grab a bit of glitter at Christmas. Okay, so it's like a little conveyor belt. I want to really show off this one here. Now, apologies, not name checking. I don't know whether there is this one, Glynis. Right, okay. See, it's quite difficult to indicate a name. Right, so let me bring this, hang on. I sort of pitched it so that it was in the middle. Okay, I'm going to put the little angel on top. But how delicate and beautiful is that? I'm just going to put these down here. Oops, the daisy. Oh, I've got Tina's thing. Hang on, I'm going to go back a little bit. Just, okay. Where we go? There we go. And that goes on there. And I'll show you, see, when you take it apart, because it's all different. It's like one of those, what's those dolls called? I can't think what they're called. I can see them. See, and then what you do, so this you would just pop in a little box. It's like a little cone, and then they all fold flat. Very delicate. I mean, I chose the worst one, didn't I, to try and get to go flat because of all that lovely grid work in there. But you could then pop that into a little box and keep it nice and safe. Although, look at that. Hang on. Hang about. Look. It's like a little flower. Let me bring it up. Oh, see, that's just opened. That's just giving me, I'm going to go on this one. Look at that. Isn't that is a lovely flower. There we go. So if I show you the plate, hang on, let me grab the plate in a little bit more detail. Where am I going? There we go. So you've got your angel on there, and you've got your, oops, You've got your angel, you've got your 3 different layers, you've got your instructions on there. Very simple. And you can get all of this out of one sheet of A4 parchment. Okay. And these also sort of remind me a little bit sort of mandala-like. And I've got a card here by the lovely Jane Telford. Look at that. Flat as a pancake, so to speak. So creating the layers, the coloured parchment, the designer parchment, build up your layers. And yeah. Okay, so that was the second option. So the third option, and say all of these have a £9 saving. And then if you're in the Clarity Craft Club, you also get that saving as well. Now, where am I going to put this one? Let's pop that down there. So the third and final one in our set of A4 templates is the cracker. And what a cracker this is. Okay. Now, crackers are not just for Christmas. Crackers are for celebrations. These make lovely wedding favours as well. Okay, and I've got a lovely array of crackers here. These are crackers that you would bring out. You could put them on the tree. Let me have a look. Go to that camera. Look, absolutely beautiful personalisation. So imagine having this on the table at Christmas time or a winter wedding, just a general celebration. It could be, what's that thing that now is a gender reveal type thing? Absolutely. And the groovy plate gives you so many different options. Okay, take some little bit of bling on there, add some colour on the inside. This one is Jane Telford's one. I love this one. A little bit of gold mirror behind. And then you've got your designs as well. This is quite clever. This turns into more of a sort of standing up box. So don't do the bottom part. It looks like a lovely ornate excuse me, perfume bottle, doesn't it? This would be lovely as a gift. Personalization again. Bring in, this one's from Chris Walker. With love, with all my love. Oh, isn't that nice? Glynis, thank you, Glynis. Okay. So by taking the coloured parchment or using clear parchment, if I show you, let's pop this out the way and bring the plate in. So still keep in mind, we're only looking at parchment at the moment, okay? But you can use the 12 by 12s to create crackers as well. Okay, let's pop that down the side. So you can see here, you've got your instructions, you've got different finishes to the end of your cracker. You've got different icons in there. Maybe you went for some of Tina's parchlets yesterday. Decorate with those. Okay, so that's your Christmas cracker, and that is 40436. Now, talking of crackers, with it being Midday Madness as well, we're definitely going crackers because I've got here. Oh, hang on, I didn't even get about the boxes. I was at crackers. A mini cracker die. Okay, quick and easy. Maybe you're not into your parchment craft, maybe, but if you're not, but you're into your paper craft, I would still go for the groovy plate, and I'll show you why. But if you're into your die cutting, then we have our mini cracker die. Okay, quick and easy. And what I did was a few weeks back, so you can see here, there is your die. Okay, so it's 3.3 times 5 inches. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a comparison. So if I take, this one has been die cut from parchment. Okay, and if I bring in the groovy one, look at that. So that it really is a mini little cracker, and it is at a cracker of a price. So the cracker die is normally £11.99. and we've got a special price of £6.99 plus your Clarity Craft Club discounts. I just saw hairspray. Glynis said she's still got my hairspray, her hairspray can. I was going to say it's not mine, for rolling the crackers. Yep, hairspray can or a rolling pin to help with that. But can you see the difference? The other week I was on TV and I used our felt, our self-adhesive felt. It's so soft and delicate. So these would be lovely for decorating the Christmas tree. You could use them as little table presents at Christmas, celebrations, any sort of type of party. That doesn't look Christmassy at all. A cracker is for a celebration. Okay, so we've got various different options for you. And look, I've got a whole selection of mini crackers. Parchment, paper, felt, use some little tinsels. They really are, and they're so easy to do as well. Okay, right, so that's crackers about crackers. So I'm going to put those to one side. Okay, there we go. What else have I got to share with you? What have I got? Right, okay. So last night I was driving home and I had a text message from Gracie over in New York, and she said, A5 light panels, when are we going to get them back? So I said, I don't think we are. There's no plans at present to restock them because we've got the A4 ones and we had some A5 ones. So I said, but I'll have a look. I said, let me check in the morning when I go in. And when it came in this morning, I thought, right, that's where I found the 12 by 12 papers, because I was looking to see if I could find any of our A5 light panels. Okay, and what did I find? Once these have gone, these have also gone as well. Okay, so it comes with a lovely Groovy Go case to keep it all in. Whee! Hang on, there we go. So you've got a lovely, it's like a neoprene case to keep it all in. Okay, and then if I open this up, so you've got your light panel, and inside you've got your super foam, and then your mini A5 light panel. Great. Sorry. Put my hand there. That should refocus it because it's white. There we go. And you also get your micro USB. So maybe you're sort of out and about and you're traveling, you're going to craft clubs, then this is perfect because it's nice and compact and portable. Okay. Right. So that's another offer on there for you. And that item code is 30741. So I'm going to show you two things. And when we look at the templates that we've got on the show, so we've got the cracker, the cube box, and the Christmas tree. What I'm going to do in parchment, you can create a paper version of it as well. Now, obviously, you can't decorate it with the design on the Groovy plate for the intricacy of it, but to give you your shape for example, your cube box or the cracker, you could do that with the 12 by 12 papers. Okay, so say we've got the Shenandoah, the Northern Lights, and the Rainbow River. So to start off with, what I'm going to do, where should we go? I think we're going to go cube first. So I'm going to take my Groovy plate, like so. And as I say, we need to read the word Groovy. You can go with clear parchment, you can go with coloured parchment, but you definitely need A4 parchment for this. Okay, and I'm just going to go for, let's say, a lovely dusky pink. So I've got mine in my folder, like so. Just going to have a quick slurp of coffee. Okay, so with our coloured parchment, there's a shiny side, like so, and a more matte side. So I need to have the shiny side facing me. I'm going to take my tumble dry sheet, I'll move the plate out of the way first, and I'm going to wipe all over with the shiny side. So the special price for the light panel, the A5, is, where's that on my list? Light panel, $34.99, and the special price is $29.99, so you get a £5 saving. Sheila's saying, do I need another A5 light panel? Oh, I'm not saying anything. Okay, so just for ease, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some groovy tabs. Okay, splashed out and went for some splashed out. Took some off the shelf, I've gone for some new ones. Okay, we do a number of plate mates that will work with this, but just for speed, I'm just going to take my, make sure it's in the right place. Like so, because it literally is the same size as the parchment. Okay, and I'm just going to wrap my groovy tab round, like so, just to hold it in place. I'm going to take my number 1 tool, and I'm just going to press into the groove. If I jump out, nothing is going to happen. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm creating the outer part of my cube box. Okay, where's my groovy guard gone? So you always need more than one groovy guard. Mine's disappeared. I think Tina must have borrowed it yesterday. So we're going to trace out just the framework of the cube box. Okay, and we're doing this in parchment. Nice and easy. Do we want to add the inner squares and change the design? Entirely up to you. Maybe you want to use a pico dies or a nested square dies to cut out the panel in the middle. It's all about having choices. Okay, so let's have a look. So this has now given me, if I lift this off now, okay, my crisp white line for my cube box. So do you cut first and then decorate, or do you decorate and then cut? Personally, I mean, I'm quite confident with my cutting out, so I would do all my decorating and then trim it down. Okay, some people may say, oh, I'll trim it down first because if I make a mistake with my cutting, then I've done all that work. Yep, there's pros and cons for either option. Now, when it comes to cutting out, okay, I could use a pair of scissors, but for me, it's a Japanese craft knife. Okay, I prefer a craft knife over a pair of scissors. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in my blue mat. We have a cutting essentials kit where you get your blue mat, you get your craft knife, you get your groovy grip and your Pergamano ruler as well. Now, I've got my Pergamano ruler here, and I've got a piece of groovy grip on the back. Okay, if I take this off, it's a steel edge ruler, so you can see how easy that ruler slides around. Okay, if I introduce a piece of the groovy grip, I know you can't really see that on the back, it's not sticky, it's not tacky, but now, or look, the parchment's moving, but the ruler isn't. Okay, so what I tend to do is I'm going to take my craft knife, put my goggles on, okay, so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. So I'm going to use the steel edge. I'm going to pop that up against the white line, and then let's just have a look. Make sure it's in the right place, and then I'm going to cut. Now, there's no rules to say that you need to cut through the parchment with the first pass of the knife. Okay, sometimes if you keep going over it, very light pressure, it will eventually cut through parchment. Okay, so go all the way to the end, and now I've got a lovely crisp clean cut. I'm going to move the ruler down, and then I'm going to go in and do that part, and then I'm just going to go freestyle with my craft knife like so, and remove the inner part. Okay, so if I just take this piece away here, I'm getting brave now, but for me the precision of the knife, I'm going to go into that little corner there, so that pulls away just like so. There we go. So you can see how you get a lovely crisp clean line. Okay, so I'm going to go to one that I've already cut out like so. So here is my box. Okay, now this is one that I've done in paper. So this is using our 12 by 12 companion papers. Okay. You're thinking, well, how do you do that? Because it's groovy plate, you can't see through the paper. You can't. I agree, totally. You could use A4 card as well with these basic shapes, because they are basic shapes generally. Okay, so let me just pop the knife, the lid back on there, and I'm going to go for decisions. Whee! Decisions that nearly ended up on the floor. I'm going to go Northern Lights. Okay, Northern Lights. So let's have a look. I'm going to go for, I like this. It's quite nice. It's nice in a box. So do you want to go for the soft part as the outside of your box, or do you want this part to be the outside of your box? Okay, I don't know. You've got 12 different designs to choose from. You've got the double-sided, so it automatically gives you a lovely inside to your box as well. I'm just going to close my eyes and stop here. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for this one. Right. Okay. So, lovely piece of 12 by 12. And then what I'm going to do, let's pop this to one side, and I'm going to bring my cube box back into play. Okay. I'm going to work on the softer side, so it's easier. Hopefully the camera will stay in focus for you. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go this side. I think it will probably be easy. There we go. It'll probably be easy on the camera. So I'm going to come over just so I've got a lip of the groovy plate. I'm going to use my groovy tab just to hold it in place. Okay. I'm going to wipe my 12 by 12 with my tumble dry sheet as if I was using parchment. And then all I'm going to do, this time I'm going to take the number 2 tool of my number 1 and number 2 groovy tool. And all I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a little peek to see where I need to start. So it's here. I'm going to press onto the paper, and I'm going to move along slightly until I feel the groove. And then when I feel the groove, I'm going to follow the design of the plate. Okay, so just go slowly. But if you think about it, you know roughly what the shape of the box is going to be. So all you can do is just lift up and let the tool do the work for you. Okay, now I know you probably can't sort of see this at the moment. So where am I going? That's going to go there. Then we've got a little flap up here. And if it jumps out, it doesn't matter. Just like with groovy. So where we're going, coming down the side, like so. So because I've got a rough idea of where the elements are. See, I jumped out there, but I know I need to go up and then lift it up, and then I'm going to come down like so, follow the line, come back up. I reckon I'm going to come across. So you could do one in parchment, and you could use that as a template in front of you if you're not sure. But just by lifting up, just to see where you need to go to next. Okay, so imagine you've got some lovely sort of pearlescent cards. We're going up here. Oops, that didn't work, did it? Come over a bit more. Go up. There we go. That comes down. So now what we're doing, I know there's a line here. That's going to go all the way along. So if I lift this up rather than do it, you don't really can sort of see. Hang on, I'm going to try this one. Can you see there? There we go. You can just see the outline. Now, when you're at home, you'll see that outline a lot more clearly. If I bring that up, you can just sort of see the way that it's just catching. There we go. Yes, there we go. You can see it. Hopefully you can see that there. Okay. Now you could try using it with the light panel underneath. It depends on the density of the paper or the card that you're using, but it may give you a little bit of assistance while you're doing that as well. So it's the same principle. I would cut out with my craft knife. You can use a pair of scissors. So, and then all of a sudden you're going to have lovely boxes using the 12 by 12s. So if I pop this to one side, and let's have a look at the construction of the cube. Okay, so I'm going to do it with the parchment version because I know many of our friends at home will be using parchment as opposed to paper or card. So I'm working on the, you'll see it sort of brighter here. I've used a lovely sort of soft ivory colour. This is another place where the Pergamano ruler really comes into play. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the edge of my ruler up against the little tabs, and then I'm just going to tease it inwards. Okay, it's a lot easier to use the ruler to help with that rather than trying to fold it by hand. I mean, you can, but it just gives it a little bit more help to keep that line nice and straight. Okay, so bringing it up like so, turn it around, and all you're going to do is just gently work your way around, folding in all of the creases, really, isn't it? So there we go, like so. So as I said earlier, although parchment is quite delicate, it is also quite robust when it comes to 3D construction. Whether you're doing the boxes, the crackers, I mean, it will still squidge, obviously. So you need to be careful to a point. Okay, so I've teased all of that in now. So all I'm going to do is fold that over like so, and just use my finger to apply a little bit of pressure. That one comes over there, like so. That one comes in there. It's so much easier if you've used the ruler just to tease the parchment. Okay, so that one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. And that one goes there. Okay, so now if you look, you can see how your box is starting to come together. So I'm going to use some red liner tape, and the only place you need to put your tape is on the side and these 3 panels, little flaps on the bottom, and it does say that on the instructions. So A question from Sally: is the gingerbread house the same? It is the same concept completely. Okay, so let's take, right, helps you have a sharp pair of scissors. Okay, so just some hard tack tape across there, like so. Turn that around and a piece on there. There we go. Doesn't take long. And obviously you would do all your lovely decorating and everything else first. Now for me, the way in which I make sure that I get a nice square box is, if you look here, you can see I've got the flap to my right. Okay. Fold this one in like so. And then when you fold this one in, see how we've got that flap there? That is going to go onto there and go like so. So what you're doing is you're creating that complete seal. So let's take the low tack, not low tack, is it? The backing. This is where we could be here for the rest of the hour just on this. There we go. So that goes like that. That comes over, press down like so. So now you can see how we're starting to create our box. Okay, and then what we're going to do, just make sure the bottom flaps are just folded in like so, and then I'm going to remove my tape. High pitch. Nothing like a little bit of live TV, is there? So where's that one gone? Hang on. This is where I need my tweezers, really. Talk amongst yourselves, I'm sure you are. So who is joining Barbara tomorrow for the online collage course? I'm sure I reckon a few names in the room that will be joining in tomorrow. Come on. I'm just trying to make small talk whilst we do this. There we go. I've got it now. Static. Right. So for me, what I tend to do, it's great having the overhead. So you can see here, this is the base of our box. So I'm going to bring this in like so. Okay, just gently apply some pressure just so that it catches the parchment. It's the same for the paper as well. And then once it's held in place, just open it up and then just press in so that you get, you could use your eraser pencil to do this. Okay, just to press down to make sure it is completely stuck. And then you have your perfect cube. You could use some ribbon to wrap around. Maybe you want to put some chocolates in there. You could put a little sort of some Velcro on the clasp as well. But they're great for Advent, Secret Santa, building blocks. So these would be lovely for a new child, obviously not for them to play for, but as a welcome to a new baby. You could do ABC, for example. But it's just a lovely way of giving a gift or for decoration. As we saw earlier, you've got all those different ways of using them. So whether you're going for the paper, whether you're going to use it with the parchment, if you've gone for that collection where you've got all the different panels that you can also get. So it doesn't always have to be three-dimensional. You can take the elements. I mean, when we look at the, wherever I've put it, it's here, so here it is. You've got those lovely decorative panels on here that you can use to decorate cards, full stop. Okay, So that's the cube. Was that the easiest one? They're all easy. They really, really are. Where am I going to put this? Let me pop this over there. Right, when I say where's my cube box, it's over there. Okay, let's pop this to one side. I also got a sneaky peek of something to show you as well. Brand new. If you was in the room yesterday afternoon with Tina and myself during the 2 o'clock show, we did give a sneaky peek of a brand new launch next Wednesday at 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock with Barbara and myself. However, if you're coming to our parchment retreat on Monday and Tuesday, it might just be available there if you were interested, but I'll show you those a little bit later. Okay. Ooh. Lots of people doing the class tomorrow. Excellent. That's really good. Investigate the kit today. Lovely little boxes like that. Nice for putting a chocolate in for each person. Just one chocolate. You need to do what Linda Page did and extend that box for more chocolates. Definitely. Okay. Let's go crackers. Shall we? Should we go crackers? So I'm not going to trace it out because I've already traced it out. You've seen me do that. Okay. So if we have a look on the overhead, I've just taken the shape of it. Where's the plate gone? Just to show you. Now, a top tip, if you want to reduce your cutting, okay, when you position your parchment onto plate, take the edge of your parchment to the edge of the template, okay? And it just means that you haven't got to cut. So what I did when I popped that on there, it means I haven't got to cut this side and that side. If I put it in the middle, then I've got to cut 1, 2, 3, 4. So just a little sort of top tip there. If you line your parchment up to the edge, okay, then it just saves on a little bit of time. So you get your instructions again on where to do your cutting. You've got various different decorative elements on there. You've got your snowflakes, you've got your Christmas pudding, little robins, some bows, mistletoe. You've got some lovely lights on here. So take these and use these on your other cards. I quite like this lovely swirly wave. So make a nice frame on a card. So I've taken a piece of the 12 by 12. This one is Northern Lights. Okay. So now I've got a lovely multicolored cracker. Okay. Now, when it's all cut out, whether you use scissors or a craft knife, I've used my craft knife to do the little diamonds. Okay. The ruler still comes back into play for when you're doing your folding and creasing. Okay, so you do that, you bring it up towards you, then you fold that over like so, and then what you're doing, you're creating sort of like valleys and mountains. Okay, so this is going to be the inside of my cracker, and this is going to be my outside. Okay, so this is where a hairspray bottle comes into play. Don't know much use for a hairspray can. So what I'm going to do is I'll borrow Glynis's. I'm just going to gently, you could take a bottle, you could take a rolling pin. You should have thought about what you was doing, Paul, before you got this. Look, I've got a bottle here. Okay, bottle, make sure the lid's on, because what you want to do is just gently give it some shape. Okay, you're massaging the paper and the bottle, so you can see now that's a lot easier than just taking a flat piece of paper. Okay, just like so. Okay, and what you'll notice is that all of a sudden it starts to take shape. So when you look at here, you can see you've got a bit that sticks out here. This is where we're going to apply the tape. Now, it's entirely up to you whether you want to use red liner tape, whether you want to use a clarity tape runner. The clarity tape runner will definitely hold it in place, definitely. And it's, again, it's whatever you have in your stash. Where's my tape runner gone? See, I reckon Miss Tina yesterday, she was in here, she tidied up. No, she didn't. She had her own tape runner. My stuff is still out in the mezzanine area. So if I take a little bit of the high-tack tape just there, okay, and I'm going to repeat the process on this bit. So let's say it's all on the instructions on the plate. Definitely need a different pair of scissors. A pledge spray. What's pledge? I've heard of that. Just like I've heard of hairspray. The size of the cylinder, so to speak, to get your perfect curvature of your cracker is the inside of a standard toilet roll. So, or kitchen towel as well. So I think they're probably about the same sort of size. So what I'm going to do this one first. I'm going to do the middle piece first. And let me just, I definitely need my tweezers. Otherwise we could be here until Monday. Right, okay. Tweezers. Oh, right, okay. So what I'm going to do, there we go. I'm going to get it started like so. I know the red liner tape has a habit of sort of popping back. I'm going to go in at both ends like this. Okay, so I'm just folding back. This used to be called like bunny ears. I remember working with Wendy Stenton, and that's what the little bunny ears. You just take your double-sided tape back. Then I'm going to bring that in like so. That's being held in place. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. Risk it for a biscuit. Okay, that's like so. That comes in like that. Okay. So that is now nice and secure. If you've got your hairspray or pledge, whatever that is, inside, or a toilet roll holder, the center part of a toilet roll, pop that in there. It'll give you a little bit of stability so you can apply some pressure. Okay. Then I'm going to take the tape off of this end. Then we bring that one in like so. Okay. And then we are going to do this one, bring that one in. As I say, personally, I find it easier to do the middle section first and then work outwards. And because we've done that lovely scoring, you can see now how you have your cracker. Great, hang on. Soft focus, there we go. So you now have your cracker. Finish it off with ribbon. Obviously you would do all your decoration before you get to this point, because obviously you can't stamp on it while it's like that. Okay. It's a cracker. Or the other option, choices, that lovely mini cracker die for your little mini crackers. You can have baby cracker and mummy cracker. Or you can just go for baby crackers, mummy daddy crackers. Okay, right. So we've looked at now we've looked at the cracker, we've looked at the cube box, and then all we're going to do now is I'm going to have a look at the Christmas tree. I'm not going to do any cutting out because you've seen me cutting out, you've seen me doing some tracing. Okay, so what we're going to do now, let's just clear some space. It gets so messy when you craft, doesn't it? So let's have a look. Right, overhead. So we have our 4 tiers of cracker Christmas tree. Wherever that plate has gone. Where did I put it? Can anyone tell me where my Christmas tree is? I told you where I put the box, but I didn't tell you where I was putting the, it's hiding under the 12 by 12s. So, right, pop that like so. So you've got your large layer there. You've got your medium layer just there. You've got your next one. See, when they're all concertinaed up, it really doesn't, they don't look that big, do they? I mean, look, when that's done like so, see how much white space is around there? And then you've got Little Angel. So what we've done, we've taken this piece, so it's the same assembly as before. There's your little flap that you would attach your tape to. Okay, and it gives you this lovely sort of cone. And this is the base of your tree. So let's move this out of the way, like so. I'm going to put this plate with the box plate. Okay, and I'm going to put the cracker plate together as well. So all those plates are in one area. So when we're working, again, it has the instructions on there. So what you're going to do is you're going to, it's the mountain and valley folds to give it that pleated look. Okay, and just do one at a time. I do this by hand. You don't need to use the ruler to this. And you just gently, the parchment is so robust, especially when it's been concertinaed like this. Okay, so what we're going to do, and you could do this with paper. You don't need the 12 by 12. You could get away with using the 8 by 8 papers as well. This look lovely in the new companion papers, the Antarctica, those lovely cool blues and purples and lilacs. You see, and then what happens, you start to get, you're building the skirts of your tree, aren't you? See, and then you go around. So because this has been flat, we're just gently teasing it. I probably lost count the amount of times that this has been folded and unfolded. So you've got that flower look again, haven't you? And then you're going to go round like so. And then finally, the itsy bitsy little one, like so. Doesn't need much folding. Okay. And then what we're going to do is, you've got a choice. If you want to dismantle the tree after you finish with it, then I wouldn't suggest using any sort of type of tape or anything, because you need to be able to take it off without any sticky residue, so that you can make it. This is the only part that will not go flat. However, if you're very careful, even though you've used your high-tack tape, if you're very, very gentle, you can tease this away and carefully remove the high-tack tape. It's a little bit of a, if you've got 10-15 minutes to spare, then I would definitely do that, and it would definitely be worth it when you come back to it next year. Okay, and then what we're going to do now, so you give it a little, just give it a shape. Okay, so there, that, then you start to assemble your tree. So if you wanted to, you could do picot cutting. So if you're going to picot cut, you wouldn't picot cut the middle part. There's no point because it's going to get hidden. You could picot cut the edges. You could maybe add some multi-needle tools to create. There was a piece of artwork, I'm sure. Yeah, I'll bring it in a minute. There's a piece of artwork. Do you want them all to go in the same direction? do you want to offset them? Give it a little bit of style. Then the next one goes on. How far down do you want to push them? Like so. If I come in on, let's have a look on this camera. Oh, like that. Let me deconstruct it. Okay, so there is our first layer. I always tend to press right down, okay, because then it sort of bounces up a little bit. If you're going to do any white work, any glittering, then you do all of that before. I would say I would do the glittering after I'd done all my folds, okay, because if it's completely flat and you would do the glittering, then as you're putting it in your hands to create the folds, the glitter could potentially come off. That's just my thoughts on that. So then we're building it up, and then we've got the little bit on there. See, and then you've got, I'm going to borrow an angel from one of the other trees. Okay, got a lovely little angel, and she definitely needs some glitter on there. So it's a lovely sort of gift, a centerpiece. Whether you do it from the parchment, whether you do it from the paper, it's all about sort of, and you can, with these groovy plates, because the designs are so basic, you just take the tools I showed with the cube box and you follow that principle the same if you're doing the Christmas tree, whether you're doing your cube box or the Christmas cracker, okay? Just take your time. The first time you do it, you think, I'm not sure about this, okay? So if you've got a piece of, put your teeth back in, piece of clear parchment, then just do it on that first, just to give you that sort of like your guide whilst you're working on the paper that you can't see through. Maybe you've gone for the light panel to help illuminate on the paper underneath. It will depend on the grain of the paper, how heavy it is, the density of it, whether you'll be able to see through it or not, okay? But try it. But I think once you get into that groove, once you realize, okay, this is where I'm going to go along here and go around there, then it really sort of does sort of like make a difference, doesn't it? Okay. Jilly is saying you could put a tea light underneath. You can get those little battery operated tea lights to go underneath to illuminate them. You could do the same for the cube boxes as well. Definitely battery operated. Oh, there we go. Ken said it as well. And especially if you've gone, oh, you know what? Our lovely rainbow parchment. So we've got the, which one? The lavender fields, the lemon sorbet, California sunset. Yeah, they'd look lovely as well because you get that lovely variation on the colour. And with the Christmas tree, you can also use it with the designer parchment as well. Right, okay, I think I've shared everything with you today, except for a little sneaky peek. As I say, if you was in the room with us, Tina and myself yesterday at 2 o'clock, then you would have already had the heads up, but maybe you're tuning in for the first time. So let me pop this lovely Christmas tree to one side. So where are we now? Midday Madness on Friday. Tomorrow is the online workshop with Barbara. I know many of our friends in the room will be joining us tomorrow. It kicks off about 1:30 until it's about 5:30. Barbara's in doing the pre-record earlier in the week, so that should be great fun. Then Sunday we head off down the road. We're going to the Spa Hotel, not for afternoon tea. We will be setting up for our annual parchment retreat. Lovely Linda Williams will be joining us. So that's the setup on Sunday. And then on Monday and Tuesday, we've then got the 2-day parchment retreat. And yeah, some lovely projects. And that's using Linda's floral alphabet designs that we launched for our birthday event back in September, end of August, beginning of September. Then on Wednesday, so that means there's no shack on Monday and there is no Groovy Tuesday on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we have a brand new launch. Barbara and I will be doing it from here, Clarity TV. So the same platforms that we're looking at now, Facebook, YouTube. And it's if you've loved all the 3D that I've covered today, then you're going to love this collection of plates. Okay. Now, we've taken some Pergamano designs. I'm going to start with, I've got to start with this one. This is my favorite one. We've taken some Pergamano designs, and Jazz has worked her magic. Okay. She has filled these plates with so much detail. You've got borders, you've got different handles, you've got sentiments, you've got houses. There's 2 different sizes of bags. This template will give you this dinky little bag here, okay, and we'll show you how that's going to work. And then there was chocolate in this one, but we've eaten that. Or you can make a full size one. So it's the same principle. You've got the lovely template, and you can decorate it however you wish. Jazz has served up beautiful menu of different designs. Okay, so that is one of the plates. Then, oh, okay, I don't think Jazz could have got any more onto this one. This is like this, I call this a square pillow box. Okay, you've got sentiments on there, you've got borders, you've got hearts, all dotted by dashes, blah blah blah. Christmas, look, clever corners, Ken, flowers, dragonflies, butterflies, happy birthday, happy anniversary to my friend, thank you. And this creates this. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? A little bit of pico cutting on the top if you choose. The template gives you your shape. Jazz has given you design, basically, filled with so much on these plates. Oh, I've got the other little bag. Look at that, a gift for you. This one's made by Jill Askham. Jill, when she sent these in, they all had chocolate in, but the chocolate seems to have disappeared. Okay, and then the final one is the little mini gift box or bag. Okay, so you've got different handles on there, you've got different designs, you've got lovely birds, tooth fairies, bird presents, friends are the best gift, different designs, Christmas, snowflakes, borders, oh, so much. And then this creates a lovely little, it's like a little, you definitely only get a couple of chocolates in this, maybe one of those lovely, my favorite chocolates, Ferrero Rocher. You might get 2 in there if you're lucky, or 3. If I was putting them in there wouldn't be any. So if you're coming to the Parchment Retreat on Monday and Tuesday, they will be available for you there. We're going to have a lovely little sort of setup for you. And then say Clarity TV on Wednesday at 10, 2 and 6. Barbara and I will be broadcasting from here, showing you what you can do with them. So I hope you've enjoyed this week. It's definitely been great fun here at Clarity Towers, where we kicked it all off on Sunday for the 3 till 5 with Barbara, and the team here all done a fantastic job. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for finding us and supporting us and keeping us company over this past week. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you again next week. All of you that are on the online workshop tomorrow, I'll say hi. And if you're traveling to the Parchment Retreat for Monday and Tuesday, travel safely and look forward to seeing you all on Monday. So enjoy the rest of the weekend, whatever you're up to. Thank you, Gilly, and the lovely design team for keeping us company in the room. And I'll see you all next week. Take care now. Where's Jim? Jim needs to... Jim's not in today. So I've got to old-fashioned and press the button.